Hey guys, it's Mr. Lambert. This is your daily agenda walkthrough for math and science for today, Tuesday, February. It's not February. It's February 16th. It's February 16th, 2021. Today and for any of the days where we have the regular schools are on a delay or a closure because of snow or cold weather, you're going to see a video from me, and I'm just going to make that kind of be the baseline. And that's because when that's happening, I'm here working from home and the internet is not great. So Zooms don't always go super great if I am the host of a Zoom. It's pretty laggy and there can be some major issues. So when there's a closure like that today, just know that you'll be checking in via a video. And likewise, and I'll touch base on this a little bit later too, but as we go through, small group times will also be via video this week, and I'll tell you more about that in a bit. But first things first, you do need to fill out your attendance form today to be counted present for school. All students in ACS are actually working today. So this is not a snow day. This is a e-learning work from home day. So you need to fill out that attendance link form. It is right there. Again, instead of this link taking you to a Zoom meeting today, it will be blacked out and you'll see the videos underneath for Ms. Singleton and I. You will have a weekly ESL check-in or SEL check-in, but that is not posted yet, but keep an eye out for that this week. All right, moving on to math and science. So today, we are going to start a new 3-week cycle. Last 3-week cycle, we were working on equations and expressions using PEMDAS and everything we had learned in 5th grade in order to be able to basically, by the very end, we were able to solve variable equations with a single variable using the properties of equality and all those other awesome properties that we had learned about. So as we move forward, we're actually going to take what we've learned there and we're going to apply it to what we worked on in everyday math called in and out boxes. And the actual term for those is functions. So this unit will all be about what we call functions, which are basically those in and out box rules and inequalities. So if I look down here, we're going to have 2 different skills that we need to be able to do by the end of this 3-week cycle. The one you're actually going to be tested on is 6.af.6, and basically you're going to be asked to be able to solve inequalities or write inequalities. So basically the less than, greater than, or equal to number sentences. But on either side of those number sentences, instead of just numbers, we are going to have expressions, and that will be so that will kind of be the new piece of what we're learning. So basically, we're going to be using the expression or the expressions that we've been writing in order to basically write true inequalities. But in order to be able to do that, we need to be able to work with these expressions in different ways, because an expression sometimes will plug in one number like we've done in the past, but sometimes what we've learned is that in an expression, you can plug in pretty much any number for one variable, and then on the other side of the equation, if it was an equation, on the other side, what comes out of that expression can change depending on the variable that you put in. And this is what we call a function. So to kick off today, you will have a bell ringer review. There is some PEMDAS in there. There are other things that we've worked on already this year. And there is one geometry question that's already been covered in the previous week. So everything should be reviewed for you. If you have questions with it, please shoot me an email, and we can actually Zoom one-on-one today because my computer works well enough for that. All right. So then when you get into your lesson and notes, today we are going to be looking at function tables and actually graphs as well. I'll load this page up so you can see it. So there is a video to watch today. There are no quote unquote questions at the end of the video, but what you're going to be asked to do is you will be asked to plug some vocabulary words into your binders. And then you're going to take and upload a picture of that. And that will be what I will use to give you your score today for your lesson and notes. Please make sure you're putting those vocabulary terms in, because we will use them for the next 3 weeks. And you will see those words pop up over and over and over again, and they will be as part of your independent practice and quizzes. And you can use those notes anytime we're working on any of that stuff. So make sure you have those vocab terms in your notes. It will help you out as we move on. Again, as we work through this, you're going to learn about a couple of different types of these things we call functions. So there are basically what we call arithmetic. It's basically a fancy way to pronounce arithmetic, but arithmetic expressions, and we have what we call geometric expressions. Arithmetic expressions, if we plot them out on a coordinate plane, they give us a straight line. The geometric, they actually give us a curved line. So you're actually going to learn how to create those too. And then basically all just deals with the rule that rules your function. So again, it'll explain that more in this video, learning about functions and function rules and the couple different types of functions that we'll be learning about. So that's your lesson and notes for today. And then as you move on, there is a little bit of guided practice. So make sure that you try these out before you get into the independent practice today, because I promise if you can't do what's on the guided practice, the independent practice is going to be difficult and you're going to be struggling to get a decent grade on that independent practice today. So try these out. If you don't get what I get, watch how I came up with the answer. And if it still makes no sense to you, make sure you're hopping on office hours before you hit that independent practice. Maybe we can try one or two of those questions together so that you don't feel like you don't know what's going on as you're moving into the independent practice. And the independent practice today for math will look a lot like a good old Canvas quiz. So it is a Canvas quiz. I'll hit the preview button here so you can see it. But it is pretty straightforward. So today, for your independent practice, what you're going to have when you look at it, it's going to look like basically a function table, which is, you're going to learn today, a fancy name. Well, it's actually the real name for what everyday math calls in and out boxes. So you're going to have the function table here, which will have an input, what we call our independent variable. Then we'll have our function rule, the rule that governs what the function does, and then the output, or what we call the dependent variable, will go over here. So I've given you the inputs, I've given you the rule. You should learn in your video how that works, and then once you put the input into the function rule, you should get a specific output. So you're just going to fill in these boxes accurately, and then there's one question at the end that's more of a explain to me how this works type question. On that one, please make sure you're explaining completely. It should be a races type paragraph. All right, so that's it for math for today. So again, you've got your bell ringer to do. You do have a lesson and notes to watch. Add the vocabulary, upload that. That will be your grade for your lesson and notes today. And then last but not least, the final part of that grade in math today will be your independent practice. And then for science, we are going to be kicking off a whole week-long project. So today will be kind of the beginning of what we're going to be learning about, and then tomorrow we'll be actually starting to work on the project, parts of the project. We're going to be looking at light of the electromagnetic spectrum, and specifically focusing on visible light this week. So if I click here, I'm going to pop into science. All right, and for today, there's going to be a video here. Mr. Stricker is going to walk you through exactly what to do for today's part of the project. So there's going to be some reading to do, a short video to watch, and then some questions that you will answer. Nothing too out of the blue. Of course, it is a Google Doc, but you can see there it is uploaded. I did upload it a couple times. If you get to this part and you don't see anything pop down here, just go ahead and click on this. This will open the assignment in a new tab, but anything that you work on in the new tab will upload to Canvas. So when you're done, you will simply, once you've filled in your entire Google slide and finished everything you need to, you click the submit button that will be right here on the right, and that will be how you submit your assignment for me for today. Make sure you get this done though, because this is the background information that will help you as you go on into the main part of your project starting tomorrow. And that's it for science. And then last but not least, I should say we have no specials today. It is Tuesday, so you get a day off of specials today. But if you are behind at all with any of your specials courses, I would suggest you check in with your teachers today and just see what they have going on for you and make some of that up. And then last but not least, like I said earlier, I will do my office hours at regular times. I will try to be on and watching. If you don't see me right away, just stay on there. I may be working with someone else. And again, it's the computer doesn't do so hot if I have lots and lots of people on. So if I'm working with someone, it may be 2 or 3 minutes before I can get to you, but just hang on and I'll get with you as soon as I can. No small groups today. I will upload probably by noon today. I will upload a video version of what I was going to do with small groups today. So you'll just need to watch through that following the link that will be posted here. And then once you have watched the video, do what I ask you to do in order to get the points for your small group for this week. All right, guys, I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, please just give me a shout out over email or hop on those office hours and I'll follow up with you. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day and we will talk to you soon.